Hello and welcome to my presentation in which I will be reflecting on my journey as a bridge builder of the engagement with international business class of 2025. My name is Delwyn Diramo Amoe. The purpose of this presentation is to reflect on my learning journey throughout the engagement with international business course. This reflection is not only about what I've learned academically, but also how those insights have shaped my evolving professional identity and prepare me for a future career in international HR. As I progress through the course, I have gained deeper understanding of the complexities involved in global business environments and skills required to navigate them. Two concepts that stood out for me are cultural intelligence and stakeholder analysis. In the following slides, I'll explore how these ideas have influenced my development and how I plan to apply them in my future role as a HR manager in a multinational company. I have seen a clear evolution of my professional identity. At the beginning of this course, I identify my core strengths as empathy, adaptability, and communication, qualities that I believe would support me in a future HR role. However, this course challenged me to think more strategically and globally. Through group work, class activities, storytelling, and exposure to international business frameworks, I began to understand how these personal attributes translate into professional competencies, especially in multicultural and cross-border environments. The most significant change has been my shift from seeing HR as a support function within an organization to recognizing it as a strategic driver of global business success. I am more aware now that HR professionals must not only manage people but also align talent strategies and international goals, navigate cultural differences, and respond to external pressures. This realization has refined my career goal. For career aspiration, I've created a career roadmap that balances short-term growth with long-term strategic goals. In the short term, I'll pursue HR internships and certification and engage in language and cultural training to build credibility and cross-border effectiveness. My long-term goal is to become a HR manager in a multinational company specializing in diversity, equity and inclusion, global mobility, and employee experience. These goals align with trends identified in Deloitte's 2025 Human Capital Report, which highlights the need for HR leaders to balance automation, agility, global and local priorities. Mesa also notes that AI, virtual assignments, and compliance are reshaping international HR. To stay ahead, I'll seek mentorship, attend global HR events, join professional networks, and stay informed on ESG and DEI developments. These steps will help me build the strategic mindset, cultural intelligence, and technical expertise needed to lead in a global HR environment. One of the most valuable experiences was working in a group project analyzing BYD's strategic environment. A key challenge was aligning diverse perspectives as team members have different schedules, cultural backgrounds, and academic approaches. Initial tensions were resolved through active listening, open communication, and structured decision-making. This collaboration improved my problem-solving skills, especially in navigating ambiguity and reaching consensus. We used tools like four-step problem definition process and root cause analysis to strengthen our analysis. This experience gave me practical skills in teamwork and conflict resolution, all of which are essential for leading diverse teams and fostering inclusive environment in future HR career. For our group project, we apply SWOT, PESTLE, and VIRAL frameworks to analyze BYD's global strategy. These tools help me understand how companies assess internal strengths, external challenges to make strategic decisions. I led the PESTLE analysis examining political, economical, technical, environmental, and legal factors. This revealed how BYD expanded into stable regions to reduce geopolitical risk, build its own supply chain for resilience, and invest in innovations like the Blade battery. The SWOT analysis highlighted BYD's strength in vertical integration and innovation, and the VIRAL framework showed how its proprietary technology and supply chain control offer competitive edge. The key theme across all analysis was environmental stability, which BYD treats as a strategic priority. This aligned with Jackson et al. 2021, who argued that integrating ESG into core strategies enhances long-term resilience. These highlights have strengthened my strategic thinking and will inform my future HR practices in global context. As I approach the conclusion of my journey in this course, two concepts that have stood out and especially relevant to my career development are cultural intelligence and stakeholder analysis. These concepts have helped me understand how to operate effectively in a global environment. Cultural intelligence is the ability to understand and adapt to different cultural contexts. In international HR, this is essential for building inclusive teams, resolving cross-cultural misunderstandings, and designing policies that resonate across borders. This concept can be viewed through the host's cultural dimension framework, which gave a practical lens to decode how national values shape workplace behavior. For example, understanding power distance helps tailor leadership styles, while knowing whether a culture leans towards individualism or collectivism informs how we design reward systems and team structure. In my future role, I'll adapt communication styles, customize onboarding programs, and ensuring that HR policies reflect local cultural norms while supporting global consistency. This approach not only improves employee engagement but also supports broader business goals like talent retention and global expansion. As Alawa 2017 notes, applying Hosted's dimensions in HRM enhances effectiveness by aligning practices with cultural expectations. Ultimately, cultural intelligence isn't just a soft skill, but a strategic capability that empowers HR professionals to lead with empathy, precision, and global awareness. Stakeholder analysis has reshaped my approach to policy design and strategic alignment. It goes beyond identifying involved parties. It's about understanding the needs, influence, and expectation of diverse internal and external groups such as employees, unions, regulators, and community. In the BYD case study, I saw how balancing these interests require thoughtful engagement, especially when navigating regulatory compliance and ESG goals. In my future HR role, I'll apply stakeholder analysis to create policies that are both legally sound and socially responsive, engaging union, consulting communities, and aligning HR with sustainability strategies. This reflects growing consensus that stakeholders' engagement is strategically imperative in HR and not just a procedural task. As Alam et al. 2025 argued, effective stakeholder involvement enhances transparency and builds trust, especially when implementing complex initiatives like HR analytics. As I conclude this presentation, I reflect on a transformative journey through the course, one that went beyond academic learning. I entered with strengths like empathy, adaptability, and communication, but through the case studies, group collaboration, and global business frameworks, these evolved into strategic HR competencies. Concepts like cultural intelligence and stakeholder analysis now shape how I approach leadership, policy design, and team management. The BYD project gave me practical experience in teamwork and strategic thinking, reinforcing my readiness for international HR. Looking ahead, I'm committed to pursuing certifications, global networking, and lifelong learning to become a HR manager who leads with purpose in a dynamic global landscape. Thank you very much.